Okay, this is just for the first few seconds of the video for the YouTube app on people's smartphones, so that so I can attract my niche audience, since the almighty malgorithm is not going to do it. I am the alcoholic audio engineer. I am a recovering alcoholic, and this really helped me turn the corner and put that life behind me once and hopefully for all. If I persuaded you to click through with that sign, and you are thinking that it's time to get booze out of your life, I'm here possibly to help you out with that. Because this is a very rewarding hobby that anyone with enough persistence and desire and love of music, of course, can do at home at little to no startup costs. You might have to buy a USB microphone, but the software is all free, and everything you need is free. So check out the description. There's a link to a tutorial series on building a song in Cakewalk. That is this software, this free audio recording software program here. And if it worked for me, it can work for other people. This got me through the long sleepless nights when I finally gave up alcohol for good. And it gave me something far better to do with my time and precious bodily fluids. No, my precious energy. Are you old enough to get that reference? Precious bodily fluids. Yeah, okay, so this is a quick update on A Tale of Two Mixes, Silver and Black. The song is Maybe I'm Cursed, which is my by far my most viewed video on this channel, which is still pretty new. When you go to my channel homepage, this song is on autoplay, the music video for this song. And if you go and listen to it, watch it, listen to it, what you will hear is this mix, the silver mix right here. Oh, wait a minute, I need to get myself out of the way. In the video that is on YouTube, you will hear the silver mix. And right now, the silver mix is turned down in volume. This is the volume slider. You can see here it says silver. Here's silver. These two are, this strip and this strip are one and the same. This is the master strip. Both of these channel strips are coming out through the master channel strip. All right? If you're new, we were persuaded to click through, and you're new to this is your first lesson in the software user interface. These are two different versions of the same song. they sound quite different. I like them both. I want to blend them together. The black mix has more power. The silver mix has more space and more clarity. And I call them black and silver because to me, the black mix is black and the silver mix is silver, because I, like a lot of musicians, I see sound in terms of colors. I hear sound. That sound and color are kind of one and the same thing to me. I see sound in terms of color, but I'm not really all that unusual in that regard. Anyway, this is mainly for Josh. No one else is really interested in this. But Josh, and if you're new, welcome. This is not going to go on that long. You can just kind of get a sense of what this is about. I'm at what's called the mastering stage. I've already recorded the song. I've got 2 different mixes that sound quite different. And mastering is getting the final song that hopefully will, not sound terrible on anything, and hopefully will sound, more or less good on just about anything that you play it through, whether cheap headphones, nice headphones, cheap or nice speakers in the car, whatever. Okay, so here's what silver sounds like. I'm going to press S, that's solo, so we'll only hear this silver mix track right here. Now this is the volume fader, and it's down at -7.5 because I'm blending these two, and so if I have them, in digital audio, just not always, but most of the time, our maximum level is going to be 0.0. That's kind of think of that as the glass ceiling. So I'm going to double click this fader, and it's going to go to 0 because we're only listening to this silver mix right now. And then I'm going to bring it back down to -7.5. But this is what silver mix sounds like. Okay, so that's the first verse of the song. A song of 3 verses, no real chorus to speak of. The choruses are actually guitar solos, now that I think about it. So that's silver. Now let's solo black. And now you can see that silver, the peak volume was at -0.1, just a smidgen below 0.0. Now, this is the black mix. I press the S button for solo, and you'll hear it's quite different. And let me see, black. Now I clicked on the black channel here, and now you see down here. Let me move this out of the way. Hang on. All right. Okay, so you can see now down here it says black. I click here on black. Now if I click here on silver, now down here it says silver. Right here. Okay, so now we're looking at black, and you can see it's down to minus 1.9. I'm going to double click on the fader, bring it back up to 0.0 because we're only listening to black. And here's what that sounds like. Okay, so just to refresh your memory, here's silver soloed. Here's black. As you can hear, black is has a bit more oomph, but not as much space. And it's best if you listen to this through headphones. Now, as you can also see by looking at the waveforms here, okay, the black mix, now these two bands of blue color here are the left and right channels, stereo mix. These are left and right channels. And you can see that the blue bands of the black mix are thicker and fuller than the orange bands of the silver mix. And it's peaking at right up there at 0.0. Now I say peaking, okay? And the silver mix peaked at just 1/10 of a decibel lower. But there are peaks and there are troughs to these waves. The low parts of the waves, the troughs, are lower in the silver mix, okay? You can see that visually, right? So we say that the silver mix is more dynamic. It has more dynamic range between peaks and troughs of the audio waveforms, okay? Right, so that's what that means. And so this is how the blend is going. I had another idea about how to blend these, but it didn't work out. So just, Josh, for your reference, the side bus thing just didn't work out. So what I did was I started a new mastering file. I loaded the black master in channel 1. I loaded the silver master in channel 2. And the balance that I found to be most favorable was, whoops, I'm almost doing that again. That's my master volume fader. That's the two of these combined into one, going to the output, okay? So I click on silver, and now this silver over here, And I'm bringing this down to minus 7.5. All right. So black is at minus 1.9. Silver is at minus 7.5. Now, up here in the master bus, the master channel, I've got two things that are called plugins. If you're new to this, a plugin is a kind of an insert, something that I place in the audio signal path to modify it, modulate it, manipulate it, make it louder, make it quieter, change it somehow, control it, manipulate it. And so that's on, that's off, okay. And so this time in the master output, master bus, master channel, I only have two of these. So Josh, you know what I'm talking about here. This is basically the only limiter that I use anymore. It's called one corner clip. It's air windows. See, at the blend, this is called console view. This shows black and silver side by side right here. Black and silver, 1 and 2. And my volume faders side by side, everything side. Don't worry, if you're new, don't worry about any of this other stuff. S means solo, M means mute, okay? That's all you need to know right now. So if I play back, now here's my master channel right here. Both are going into this through this. If I turn these plugins off, you're going to see that I've got a little bit of what's called clipping here. See the red? Okay, so the red means that I went over 0.0. That's called clipping. And it's not something that we want to do in digital audio. It went over by 0.9 decibels, right? So what the clipper does is it stops it from clipping, okay? And you don't want to overuse the clipper. But for my taste, anything up to about, if it's clipping up to about where it is, 0.9 decibels, 1 decibel, this limiter, this clipping plugin, stops that clipping from happening. It takes the energy that's causing it to go over 0.0 and it redistributes that energy downward, which, in my opinion, causes nice things to happen to the sound. It causes what we call saturation. In the analog world, that means like tape, recording to tape. It's a saturation sound. So here's what I'm going to do. And after that, so the second plugin is it adds something called second harmonics. Second harmonic. It's called sweeten. It's a very, very subtle thing. You can't really hear it. You can, but it's more felt than heard, put it that way. So I'm going to play it back without sweeten. And you see now it's clipping at minus 0.3. Now, I like to take it all the way up to 0.0. I like to take it all the way up to the limit. this limiter actually takes it a little bit below 0.0. And I like to nudge it right back up to 0.0. And so that's why I added second harmonics, just a little bump of frequencies. They're technically distortion frequencies that are pleasing to the human brain. And so I turn that on and add them again. You see it's clipping, not clipping, peaking rather at 0.0. And I haven't played it back all the way through the song, but I'm pretty certain that it's not going to clip. Okay, so yeah, this is what it sounds like. So, Josh, check it out. I'm going to, let's go back into track view. I'm going to start the playback again, and I'm going to hit mute on the silver track on and off to A-B. Okay, so, yeah. How does it sound without silver blended in, and albeit a little bit slightly quieter? How does black sound on its own? So here we go. Okay, so mute. Black, that's all, only black. Now I'll put silver back in by unmuting. Not quite as black anymore, is it? But that's fine. It's fine. I'm not particularly attached to a totally black sound with this. That's why yeah. You can hear very, very distinctly the difference, and I'm liking it so far. It has so far so good. It's exactly what I was after. I'm not saying I'm done yet. Here's one other thing to show you. Now, these plugins are in the master channel, which means that silver is going into this master channel and black is going into this master channel, where they're converging into one stream, and they're both going through first the one corner clip limiter, and then they're going through the second harmonic sweeten. They're both going through that. But on the silver channel strip, I've added another Air Windows plugin, which is to tape. Now, this is a plugin that quite convincingly emulates a tape machine, you know, old reel-to-reel tape machine. And so I'm going to A-B that, right? First, I'm going to A-B that. So I'm going to go ahead and mute silver again. I'm going to bring it back up, click, click, bring it back up to 0.0. And I'm going to A-B this plugin to tape just on silver at full volume. So here we go. So I'll start with to tape off. Okay, now on. Off. On. Off. On. Off. So it's giving silver a little extra kick in the butt, too. Silver is still silver, okay? It still has that space that I want. It still has that clarity that I want to bring in. But it's just a little bit, a little bit fuller, a little bit more like tape, a little bit less digitally and more analogy. Now, here's what that plugin looks like. It's got parameters that you can adjust. And listen to, so dry wet down here, that's the, I don't like this effect at 100%. Right now I'm liking it at like 71%. And I'm not going to go into these other controls except, well, soften, the default is 50, and I'm liking it right now full on it at 1. But I want to talk about flutter. I'm not going to explain what flutter means. It has to do with those old tape machines. But listen to what it does. This is really interesting. You hear that? Now, do I want that? Well, if I was only dealing with silver, no, I wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't want it on all the time. However, let me bring this back down to minus 7.5. Okay. And 7.3. Oh, come on. See, I'm using the mouse. That can be a pain in the ass. So I can just dial it in. There. Negative 7.5. Now, listen to the blend of the two. Listen what happens when I sweep the flutter knob. Check it out. I'm going to start at 0.5. Ready? Now listen to it with flutter all the way down. Again at 0.5. Okay, so it's nothing if not interesting. Just you hear. So it got, to me, it gets really interesting when the vocals come in. It has what we call a phaser sound, especially on the vocals when they come in. And it's not something that I want, it's not an effect that I want throughout the entire song, but I would like to be able to apply it selectively to certain parts of the song. And the way I can do that is through something called automation, where basically I can tell the cakewalk, I can tell the program to apply it during some parts and not others. Now, normally, the way I would do that, you can see that the plug-in up here, it has this W button, automation right. Now, this is where, with some plugins, I would be able to, during playback, I would be able to sweep the knob left and right where I want it to remember to do that automatically during future playback. Unfortunately, Air Windows plugins do not support automation. And so the way around that, so Josh, you'll know what I'm talking about at this point. If you're new, you won't, but that's okay. So it's getting kind of late tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to remove. So right now I just like this flutter. I'm just leaving it at 0 for now. And tomorrow I'm going to take this 2-tape plug-in out of the silver channel strip, and I'm going to put it into a parallel bus where I can then send, you can use sends, I can send silver into that parallel bus through this effect, and if, well, in theory, we'll see if it works out. But Cakewalk should then give me the ability to automate. We'll see. I don't know. It's just an idea. If it doesn't work out, I'll just have to make a decision where to park Flutter. But I'm kind of thinking it might be cool to strike a compromise. So now I'm just going to play this from beginning to end, and then I'll just put it Flutter at 30. What the hell? And we'll see. I think it also might sound kind of cool on the solos, but if I change my mind during playback, I'll just bring it back down to 0, and then I'll wrap this up. And yeah, again, if you liked this and you think this might be your cup of tea, and you want to get that monkey off your back. I know, and for me, this was certainly an issue, and it's an issue for a lot of people. It depends on your relationship to alcohol. It's different for everybody, but there are roughly different types of alcohol addiction. And for some of us, when we stop abusing out, when we stop drinking altogether, sleep becomes a real problem. And what do you do when you're sleepless? And you're just 3-ring circus in your head, and by far the easiest way to get it to stop is to reach for the bottle. What do? Well, 2 things that got me through it were making music and recording music, and absorbing myself in this process, which would be impossible for me to do drunk or even somewhat inebriated. Alcohol, it doesn't mix. Especially if you're getting older and in the more advanced stages of alcoholism. You just can't do both. That and long format content got me through many a sleepless night, got me through the dawn dry, and where I was usually able to catch a good long nap before I had to get up and do my day. And gradually over time, it worked out. And I haven't had a drop of alcohol for almost 6 months, which is never happened in all my life since I was basically just out of high school. And I'm 53 now, or I'll be 53 in 3 weeks. Anyways, so I welcome you, and my email's in the channel description. You feel free to email me with any questions or anything like that. Okay, so without any further commentary, here it is from beginning to end. And so far, I'm pretty pleased. So we'll see what happens with it. All right. Silver Black. Okay, so as you might have noticed, I disengaged the limiter towards the end, and it was peaking around plus 1.3, which is a little too hot. So I'm going to have to make some further adjustments. I think one thing that happens when you apply a clipping limiter, even a good one like this, is you get some what are called slew frequencies, and I think that's what they're called. They can be a bit annoying. This needs some more work. Probably another air windows filter called slew 2. But it's almost there, I think. So anyways, that's the update on blending silver and black. Maybe I'm cursed. And that's enough. Time for me to wrap this up and upload this to YouTube, and then hopefully I get some shut-eye. But if I don't, that's okay. Life goes on. Lots of stuff to do. Okay, God bless and peace from Paju City, South Korea. See you next time. Over and out.